I survived the ping of 22. Alright. 2.5 flirts let you do... Yeah, I mean, I think different flirt strategies would be better than just like you have to stand next to them and like bank on a green pretty much. Like, I love the 85%. The 85% is in such a good place right now. Like 1 green, 1 white, 51%, 34%, that combo. And then you could do 1 anywhere, that's what I like. And I think that'd be great if it was like that anywhere. Or just like by default. Alright, me versus yeesh. Draft was Swamp Block out of yeesh, which is what he picked against Koopa, so I'm not surprised there. And he picked the Postmodern Living in groups, just I think wanting to go heavy on Gallery. Of course, I banned Gallery, no surprise there. Then I picked Comfy Classics. I was really unsure what I wanted. Yep, just getting started. We were talking a bit about yeesh's post and discussion. So I went Comfy Classics. I was debating that it's not unusual of the bracket stage, which is called it's escaping me, Modern Madness. That's the one with Sniper Arcade, Courtyard, and Pub. But I don't know. I was doing real bad. I was doing real bad against yeesh in replays. I barely won any of them. And at one point I'm like, I'm not sniping these. I need to just study them. I need to just spectate yeesh's spy instead of sniping him. And that's not something I normally do. So I got a good idea of like, I was mostly studying character picks because I know yeesh is known to pick twin like every match. But yeah, where was I going with this? Anyway, draft, aquarium. What's my second menu? Courtyard, 4 of 7. yeesh was also Duke more than once. Yeah, I noticed a couple of Dukes in there. A lot of Kane as well, and Allison, Boots, and Teal. Never like Hair, Salmon. There's a few that I probably could have low lit, but I don't know. It's marginally useful. Okay, so we got aquarium, courtyard, balcony. It was supposed to alternate back to yeesh, I think, but we skipped library. So aquarium, courtyard, balcony. I'm repeating myself. Library, veranda, ballroom was the draft. He randoms until he gets a good character. Is that really randoming? Alright, first game here. Yeesh chose to spy first, which I'm fine with. I've been experimenting with spying first occasionally, but, you know, no big deal. I'm happy to start sniper. Alright, here we go. So, I think the statues are pretty nice this game. 1 3 1s, 1 2 1s. That was nice and memorable. Yeesh. Yeesh doesn't have any, like, particularly strong affinity for starting with, like, flirt. All the time, at least. Not enough to, like, really look for it. Although, here, twin, I see you go next to Rocker, and I'm like, okay, I'll take note of that. Quick talk as well. So here I'm lasering on the other twin to see which twin is flirting, in case I need to keep that in mind. Alright, while this idea just came back to me, I was doing poorly in replay sniping, especially on the 3 of X venues, so I'm like, I just need to go with the classics, which has a bunch of 4 and 5 out of 8s. I need to go full camper for this. So that's what I ended up going with. Yeah, if you laser over one twin, the portrait at the bottom lights up, so you can tell which one you're looking at, which one you're not. Kane at standing bug range here isn't great. Looks like yeesh is lining up for the fingerprint. It's gonna be a wait. Failed print for yeesh, I did not know about that. Kane turns the briefcase. Bookshelves have been very active this game. I do a light on Kane. I did a lot of fake lights this set. Yeah, specifically the portrait at the bottom. Whenever you hover over someone, there's a green
and the
outline.
red.
BB. Oh, it wasn't real for all convos. Okay. Also, that was a delegate split. I did not notice that. I thought, for some reason, I thought Disney was in that bottom left convo. So, ooh, Smallman. I noticed this. I noticed Smallman, like, go to bar, sip once, not finish it, and then go again. I noticed that, and I'm like, wasn't Smallman just a bar? But obviously, like, I didn't think anything of that. Because who would do that in their right mind? Okay. I was slightly worried about Duke being behind Shark here, but he had a drink, and, like, wasn't picking up the statue until the Shark completely passed. He didn't sip twice after he got it. He was delegated, went to bar, sipped once, then relocated a bar, sipped again. I do wonder if he had already taken 2 sips, because that would be an anti-tell. I could add that to the list. Green swap from yeesh here. Back to bar as well. Rocker has been to, Rocker hadn't been to both bookshelves, but I thought she was in for the contact, and we'll get back to 105 in a moment. Right here. Rocker is behind the Shark. She's out for BB. So, I'm bad. But then I see Rocker here next to Boots, and I'm like, oh, I didn't watch carefully enough. That could have been Rocker going from blue, or from green, BBing, like, dumping in blue and coming back and flirting with Boots. So Rocker got, like, 3 missions done behind that Shark, even though she was out. So I'm bad. Back to 105. Taft has been called to this swap. He leaves in idle, so that's good. And then Rocker goes and gets a print, and I'm like, oh no. Is there a print that this is the first game that matters, you're just in time. Rocker's getting a briefcase. I'm like, oh no, did I miss a print on like that book, and do I need to shoot Rocker? Because I missed a lot of prints when I was doing replays. But Taft has picked up Duke's statue. The fade is completely hidden as I'm leaning behind the Shark. And I'm like, oh no, do I need to shoot Duke now? And eventually I decide yeesh wouldn't swap frame. Like, that's not something that yeesh would do. He's never done it, as well as Taft had been idle this entire game. So, bit of an unlucky call there. Bit of party luck for on the topic. But yeah, if that was Taft, I felt like I was behind enough to be shooting wrong anyway. Rocker had so much credit behind the Shark that I didn't have confidence in like anything. You had plenty of time, yes. I made sure to make the callback. Alright, 1-0. On to next game. Spy. I spawn next to green, and it's a low Shark, so gotta take the early micro. I was not hitting many greens, or like many greens this set. A lot of whites, a couple reds even. Okay, I should have looked at the shark. Should have taken that bug, to be honest. I go to bar and get a delegate, and I remember, let me show spy cam. I go to bar, I get highlight, and I believe I shake my camera because I realize, oh yeah, yeesh highlights for bar. I should not have gone to bar. That's something that's like so easy to forget. I was happy with this redirect. I want to see what that looks like from sniper. Teal and I like redirect each other off of the pad. And it's like at the same time. That's pretty sick. I don't know if I'd low light for it or anything. Yeah, having a highlight here sucks, if I'm being honest. Delegate to Duke coming up. I think I do that behind Shark. Yeah. Yeah, do that, and I'm gonna finish the drink. Ooh, bar activity actually picked up here with Duke. Unfortunately, I chase Rocker, who I didn't even know had been to bar. Probably should have been aware of that and like known that we would both be highlights when I did this flirt, because that looks real bad. Behind Shark, Amba's coming my way. I'm like, oh, it's a low Shark. I should just take my second free microfilm. Yeah, I think that's enough of a tell right there. Yeesh is just waiting out the Shark. Yeah, doesn't even see any of the other animation. That was just enough. Nice shot from Yeesh. Just doing the little jitters side to side, because that little idle reset even is enough. 1-1. Yeah, 2 Shark books. It was like, I had no faith that that plan was gonna work, unless Yeesh was like off his game. Like, there's no reason that should work. Okay, on to Courtyard. Courtyard 4 of 7. It's boring, but it gets the job done. Alright, we got an early reject from Twin here. Also a flirt with Hair. I guess a Hair flirt with Twin. Hair also rejects, and I'm keeping this reject chain like down as tight as I can, even like without like super paying attention to it. There, we gotta zoom in for the fade. Because I was basically tracking Twins at the start of all of these games. I'm sure they were coincidentally behind Shark. Yeah, unfortunately that seemed like a more viable strategy. Always good to see well-performing players on their peak game. Guarding Bug here, Toby's back to Twin and Hair. Twin takes drink, which I'm tracking still. Toby comes over here, and then Purloin's gone, and I'm like, oh boy, Twin just took, Seek just took, did I miss a reject somewhere? Because, you know me, even if I'm fully on top of it, I don't watch Purloin. Well, so yeah, even though Twin had just taken, like, it could have been like an own green. Yeah, it's this one man reject chain, and
a red.
Like, there goes Twin actually. I'm trying to low light Twin here, but I'm like, wait, am I supposed to be low lighting Hair? And I remember, no, it was Twin who was out. So even on a one-man reject chain, I can't be confident in that, because I'm garbage. I like this stop a lot from Twin, but it's a Twin, so I'm not going to low light it. And it's also yeesh. Yeesh can do anything. thought I saw this no talk. Did not like this path one bit, but that's not a mission. Safety off. Redeemed behaviorism for this game. Just because my camping is bad doesn't mean it's behaviorism. It's a mission if he enters that convo, then I shoot him. Bug path without bugging, and I'm like, okay. I think that's just yeesh playing with me. Although this was a case, I think, of, I don't know. I struggle to say a good timeout. I don't love timeouts, like, I don't know. He was dead for anything else, really. I don't know. I don't know the value of timeouts. They're very dubious at best. However, it did make me more hesitant to shoot later on, which I guess is the value of them. I don't know. I guess that if that's the value you want out of them, sure, you can take them. Yeah, adding to the daily pool. Yeah, someone could shoot. I might end up misshooting that one day. I might miss that purloin and shoot that wrong someday. Oh yeah, he still needed flirt there. So what happened here? What's the score at this point? It's still SpyParty. And spoiler alert, it's gonna be SpyParty for a little while longer. This is a postmortem. You don't get to complain about spoilers. It's just an inadvertent side effect. What's up, Koopa? Good job on catching them anti-tells. Not sure if that's a good path. I'm sure Martini would have shot me for that.
Banana bread.
Green BB because the DA left on me. I knew this was a fake. I also saw that, here, let me just show that again. I entered conversation here. Salmon had just finished taking a drink, so he leaves. But I'm going to use that opportunity to look over here and see that Salmon stops in what is presumably a conversation. Unfortunately, it's not a very full conversation. So I'm going to take a BB. Red. It's going to knock out 2, unfortunately. Rocker gets splits and gets low lit, I think. Don't worry, I do not disturb on. And even though I was still like tabbing out every once in a while, because I'm like so scatterbrained. Ooh, Rocker does get brought back up, okay. Really just waiting out this timer flirt. It's not a 2 flirt. Sea of Thieves, haven't played that in a while. Ooh, you know what? Thank you for reminding me. I got charged by Xbox Game Pass this month, and I forgot to cancel it. That's my bad. I will, I'm gonna make myself a note of that right now, because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Thank you, Koopa. Do I have a reminders thing? Thank you for saving me $10, Koopa. Ahaha, I think you mean yar har har. Yeah, Sea of Thieves is kind of just a grind. This path into Convo is really scuffed. Boots enters, Teal enters, Duke stops because the convo's full, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I can't enter this, so then... Because if I enter that, that's a hard tell. Maybe not, though. Maybe I was covering up part of the pad that Duke could have taken. That could have been a legal entry. Then I have this terrible entry, but yeesh isn't caring about that. Yeesh is just camping, I think. Get in. I do go in there afterwards though, so this is yeah. Walking away is also a hard tell. I could have been bumped. I could have been going to the windows and gotten like bumped by like the inner corner of the convo, maybe. But then I do the behavioral hard tell of going into that conversation when it opens up. Finish the flirt because I thought yeesh was on the other side. Salmon left my convo to go get the briefcase on the other side of the statue, so that's lovely. At this point, I'm like, okay, I need to do statues at some point because it's 4-7 courtyard. This was awful. I'm next to Twin. So first cycle, I get an inspect and a swap. Second cycle, I'm really upset that it's white, by the way. Then I do a second cycle, and Twin does a second cycle. So the second cycle, I get nothing. Third cycle, I'm gonna get an inspect done. But I'm not dead yet, so that's promising. Now the swap seems to have been seen, and I gotta get in for a contact because the DA has been nothing but mean to me this game. White BB, of course, so it's sub 10 seconds. You should take some fake lowlights because he's just waiting for overtime here. Not like Taft. Get down. Yeah. This was like the most, what's the word for it? Signaled overtime shot I've ever seen from Spy side, but I'm not gonna dance there. Laser line is up over the head, and then just snaps down. Yeah, white tests suck. Telegraphed. That's the word I was looking for. Captain Bash, you get a gold star today. Onto balcony. You know how balcony goes. Oh, I don't have caster mode on. Bug, scene, bug, shot. I don't know. Not the greatest bug. But what are you gonna do? It's balcony. Match tension ramping up. I'm glad you said that, Calame. That's exactly why I picked balcony as like my middle venue. I didn't want it to be early, because then if I get off to a bad start, that just sucks. Spectators are losing it. I wish I could see what spectator chat looked like. So I put balcony in the middle. I didn't want it to be too late, because I didn't want to have to like balcony for the win. Like that sounds awful. And I also didn't want to like get swept on balcony early and like have to come back from it. If it's in the middle, then I don't know. You get like the best of everything, kind of. I still could have had to come back on it, but you know, whatever. Balcony. Sorry lands in the middle of convo. That's just a blessing. The sorry double talk here. She does a stop talk, second talk. Teal looked like a spy. Let's see what Teal did. Oh yeah. Enter and quick talk. A lot of highlights. Swallman had just entered, so I'm like, or hadn't entered for a while, so I'm like, okay, I'll wait a bit. Get the first flirt. 31%. Not great. It's also balcony, so that's kind of a death sentence. I do get the highlight though. Yeah, this bug is a nightmare to guard. You gotta have Smallman's like left arm there, or like enough of him to see the lean. There's also Sorry who can just standing bug from across convo. Oh, also, let's take note of Teal. who is out of conversation right now. That'll be important later. At this point, I mean, my plan already for Balcony was kind of just to throw out a BB and hope for a save shot. Just like with like my plan of like having it in the middle for the match pressure. That was kind of my plan going in, and now with a 31% flirt, that's kind of just what I have to do. Let's also take note of Teal again. Still out of convo, 20 seconds later. I do go in convo, it's sub 45 seconds, which isn't great. Teal goes for the briefcase, really fun with 30 seconds left. Second flirt, I'm like, okay, maybe I have to like try something, because if I don't have Seduce, I can't even bug for the win here. Teal's finally gonna enter. She does get low lit probably for being out of conversation the entire game. Did I pass up an obligated briefcase? Possibly. Thank you, Koopa. Good night. Maybe. Amba's still pretty close to them, but obligation sizes. Amba did move halfway. I don't know. Tough to call. Let's see, did anyone else move and not pick it up? I don't know. Tough to call. Double Agent finally joins. I'm gonna take the contact. I think it's pretty safe to assume that she was the real DA at that point. Sip right after. It was a green BB, and flirt cooldown's not gonna be up for a while. So this is I'm basically in a timeout position unless I like leave convo, get back at the last second and flirt, or chase down a bug. But I'm fine with that. I see the laser on Sorry. I'm like, hopefully. Shot comes off on Duke anyway. And I got what I needed out of Balcony in the middle. And that's 4-2 at that point. Yeah, I don't know what you do about Balcony here. Yeesh banned Taeyeon. He could have, if he really wanted to, banned Balcony. But yeah, I mean, there are better bugs on Balcony, I think. He probably wanted the wrong arm, at the very least. Because he still loves wrong arms. And they were working against me.
And the end of red.
Yeah, something to be said there. I'm fine with it, no matter what. If I got the coin flip or the other way, oh well. I'm fine with that. I'm still banning Gallery, because Yeesh is going to destroy me on Gallery. On to Library now. Love Amba here, just stopping in the middle of Smallman, Kane, Seek, and Rocker. Do a little shake on Amba there. But luckily nothing came of it. Trading save shots isn't bad, gives you a winnable. Giving you a, yeah. So again, it's Yeesh Library. I'm trying to be aware of pillars as much as I can, especially twins. This was also awful. Amba's just putting himself in such great danger this game. Like, there's this triple pileup right here, and General gets his hand in Amba there. Hare has just taken a drink behind the pillar. That's nice. She did take a drink after Tex without me being able to see the guest list. So it could have been either Tex or Hare if there was a white purloin. But I was fine with that early on Library. White purloin from Kane, and that is the fastest white fade I ever saw. I stared right at this. I knew there was a drink take immediately before it. I saw that. I'm like, that's a green fade. How was there a green fade? Hare just took.
And the end of red.
So I take the lowers I'm confident in. This is the opposite side. highlights on the two who could have done this, as far as I know. But I'll keep everyone up. And at this point, I've like timed yeesh out on 2 white purloins this set, and I apologize to yeesh, but I'm just bad. That's not me being being disciplined. That's me being bad. But at this point, Hare and Kane both have 3 missions, or will have 3 missions: Seduce, Contact, and Purloin. Oh yeah, on your gallery game, that was kind of lucky, because it could have added pressure to shoot there. Lag spike during the game. Oh, that's unfortunate. Kane has no bugs as far as I'm aware. Unless he got one during Chaos, but I didn't think so. And this is 5 out of 8, so they would have, either one of them would have to do inspect and 2 fingerprints if they wanted to win. Which I did take note of this fingerprintable statue at center, because that's a good amount of that progress if you're going to finish with those remaining 2 soft tells, given what has already been done. Here we get a leave timed with Amba. That's a better bug, but given the circumstances, cannot be allowed. Time ad frame would be cool. It'd still be a 50-50 at that point. And it would be more likely to be the one who arrived at Windows second. But, you know, sometimes that's kind of how you gotta play 50-50s. Here I am spawning behind the pillar, and to be honest, when I saw that, I was very tempted to just turn back around and just stand there for a while and think of a plan. But, no, didn't do that. Weird bouncing here. I feel like that might be a hard tell, honestly. Just like that way that spies bounce sometimes. But I got Taft chasing me, that's a good start. And he lands out of range, so I'm going to twitch a bit closer and go for the green flirt. It's not, and I'm not happy about it. Not hitting any greens this game. Amba's leaving a print at blue. Love to see that. Speed it up, because I'm just going to timer flirt this, of course. Could have bounced and wheels shaved my path away. Could be. This... Yeah, right, I had a cool play idea here. So while I was timer flirting, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do here? There's me being mad. So I look over at some point at Twin, who's an SDA, unfortunately, getting offered a drink. So across the venue, I'm looking over here. I see Twin. Let me turn off casting mode for this. I see Twin reject a drink. Goes to Kane. Kane rejects a drink. General rejects a drink. And I'm like, oh, I need to get in combo fast and request this drink. Then it goes over to Queen, and I didn't want to pull Toby over since this is a reject chain, and Deesh is definitely going to be looking at this. And then Queen takes it. And I'm mad. Would have been happy to go for that reject chain. And I think it would have been a legal call over if not for Queen, given that he had just offered to everyone in that convo. Maybe Wheels could have been offered first. White BB, of course. I wanted to do like a BB split. I waited until yeesh looked over at the left side once, I think. He clears the left side. I go for the BB, and I was going to go for a split if I could. Try and get a low light.
Banana bread.
Instead, it's a white, and I gotta be content with this. I'm the first to leave as well. Not great. Green flirt off screen. This is definitely an ignored obligated briefcase. Put him into blue books, fail the difficult print, of course. do get highlight for that. Good job by yeesh. Then I go for the briefcase now that it's dead. Amba has moved from his blocked position, so I can actually go return this. And I'm like, you know what, I've briefcase bugged before, I can do it again. And I get this little turn in, and I'm like, perfect, I can bug. And it doesn't bug. And what did yeesh see of that? Oh, yeesh looked away. I could have had that too. Maybe the hand would have stuck out there, unfortunately. Cam shake for ignoring obligation. Let's see. Camera shake is for the difficult print. Difficult print miss, I should say. And I'm upset that I didn't get my bug that I really wanted. So I'm gonna take it. It's gonna miss, and you should just gonna shoot me. That was a really dumb idea. But yeah, on the swing it could have clipped forward, but I would rather know what it would have looked like and have gotten shot for it than got shot for that monstrosity I did instead. Yeah, just briefcase bug forehead. It's so easy. To be honest, the briefcase bug probably would have been worse than the wrong arm bug there. Ah, gotcha, Bosch. On to Veranda. You're still down. It is 4-2. There are 2 venues left. That doesn't sound right. It's 5-3. 5-3 yeesh. Wanting to make a reverse sweep. Amba gets stuck here, and I'm looking at that. But I don't notice that yeesh attempted a bug there until I looked at the replay. And it would have been a good bug too. Unfortunate. Innocent start here. During this game, I was remembering statue goers and I was feeling confident in it, and that's really good on Veranda. Sometimes I just cannot remember that kind of stuff, and I'll just like offload that to highlights on Veranda in particular. So to be able to do that, I really felt like I was on, my camping brain was on today, and I'm happy for that. Felt like I had really good control of this party. Despite pretty active books and statues. Trying to guard Purloin, because yeesh has been purloining a lot, and Veranda is basically the reason that OTBAP exists. Shh, bananas, shh. Looking over here, I am guarding Purloin here, and Bug. And boom, I hated this. That looked like a flirt chase, and it was. So I just drop a highlight since my laser was on Twin. Then yeesh goes for General's conversation. Didn't like that, but it didn't make sense as a secondary flirt. At some point here, I do notice both twins are highlight, and I'm like, that's not good. I understand why people don't do that. I'm gonna correct that. How am I checking which twin it is? Yeesh attempts the wrong arm bug there, and I don't see that. So 2 bugs this game that I missed. 2 flirt with Disney. Unfortunately, General's in this conversation, so it's also a flirt chase on General. I don't think I actually noticed Disney here because I looked over at probably this exact moment and didn't see Disney there, who's hidden completely behind Toby. Quest from yeesh. There's a reject. Guarding bug. Innocent drink, okay. Oh, there's a fingerprint on that. There's an easy fingerprint on that. Didn't know that. Again, bad. I am. I do decide to neutralite the other twin. So that's good.
Banana bread.
BB is gonna knock out the other twin immediately after. 4 lowlights. I'm happy to take those. Irish has finished inspects at this point, and she is in for real. I haven't highlighted her yet because I didn't want to like do that. So I stealth highlight her. I said I stealth highlight her. Okay, I guess not. But anyway, I was feeling confident on statues anyway, so I knew that. Regardless, he goes for a second print. Nice, didn't see this. That's why Yeesh doesn't just set down that briefcase there. Gets trapped in a walk along with Teal, and I thought this was a bit far of a stop for briefcase. Didn't love it. Smallman gets a highlight. He had a real BB. He had been to green and blue, and then entered Convo and Quick Talked. And he does play, what's it called? Small one on occasion. But he also plays Twin on like a regular basis. Twin goes into statues now. This is his first inspect, as I know, because I've got that today. I've got that down. Yeesh swap green. Reject from general. That might be important in a moment. Yeesh enters conversation with Kane and Tex, and I'm like, okay, maybe that was a fake BB earlier. Maybe Twin needs another fake. Yeesh sidesteps, presumably. That's because Damon was blocking Toby. Presumably that means that that was not an offerable position. So Yeesh sidesteps, and I do see that. Offer goes over to Yeesh, and that's enough for me. And that was green purloin and green swap pending at the same time. I'm really happy with that highlight. That highlight easily won me the game with that fruit chase. Yeah, I mean, even if I didn't notice the sidestep, green purloin and green swap, I'd probably notice at least one of them, hopefully, on one of my only highlights. But love a sniper win. On to Spy Veranda. Score is 6-3. Boots again. I wasn't really doing any character picks, I don't think. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Redirect off at nothing. Land next to Amba. Oops, alt tab. Want this flirt. I also want to. I could have standing bugged there. Man. First flirt white. Not even mad at it anymore. Because, you know, haven't hit many green flirts this set. Haven't hit many greens at all this set. What's the plan? What do I do here? Oh, right, I know what I do here. I go for the briefcase. I go for the green BB, and I'm gonna hit it. I hit a green, guys. Look at this. Green BB.
Banana bread.
Look at that sick green BB briefcase split. Okay, next game. 6-4. Ballroom. Sniping for the win, if not spying for the win. Yeah, that would have been a nice game to see how that worked out, but no. So right here, something that's important to the scope of this game is Twin. He's at windows here, next to Kane, but not at the bookshelf with Kane. So I only see, at some point, Twin walk away from Kane. Then Twin takes a path by the Ambassador, and I don't see a bug. Then Twin goes into... The cough was not intended. No. Or yes. Everything I do is completely intentional, and it always works flawlessly. So Twin has maybe been next to Kane and is doing middle inspects. Trying to diligently watch Purloin here. One print for yeesh. So Twin has done middle inspects, and that's about it. Twin rejects as well. Oh right, there's like a huge reject chain here. Twin rejects, or rather, hold on. This started earlier. This was a rocker reject into a twin reject into a general reject. Oh, I haven't. Into a general reject, into a Taft reject, into an Alice reject, into a Smallman take. And you better be sure I'm watching that fade to see if there's a green so I can at least knock out Smallman. BB comes off. It's not Smallman still. Why did I low light Toby? There had not been a Purloin. Good BB, actually. Why am I surprised that there wasn't a Purloin now? Yeesh never rejected in it. Although I didn't know that at the time. Shut up. What am I thinking? But I'm still keeping these highlights for rejects, I think, for a while. Rocker's guitar is blinged out, general on vocal, Taft on drum, Alice is the bands. Alice is wearing gloves, she's the drummer. She's wearing drumming gloves, so she doesn't get splinters from the drumsticks. Here, I think I just saw it. I safety off on Twin? When did that happen? Twin is back next to Kane specifically is why that would happen. I don't know.
Banana bread.
Twin is talking for that BB as well. So at this point I'm worried. Alright, Twin has, it's Twin, 1, flirting with Kane, 2. Twin has middle inspects, a real contact, and several flirts with Kane, maybe even the one at the start. But I don't think I saw the bug, so I'm not going to shoot. I don't know if drumming gloves are a thing. Tubist. Decent pacing here, 1 print, and I didn't actually know about that. Oh, there's a print on that. My big points to snipe this at were really pay attention to prints, pay attention for wrong arm bugs, pay attention to the twins. That was probably my top 3 things going in here. And I started looking for prints, I think. Yeesh, or Duke rather, goes into a very block statue, and I'm slightly worried that that could be like a swap with good cover. But it's not, he lifts it up. Don't know about the print, there is actually a swap pending. I say yeesh swap, doesn't exist as much on Ballroom. Highlight. What was that for? Good job, me. Ooh. Didn't see that. Yeesh. Deciding to cheese flirt that last one there. The queen is into Duke's statue. However, Alice is at her second bookcase and she's a highlight. So I'm really thinking, oh no, I might have to decide between looking at the statue for a swap or Alice for a microfilm, and I might give one of them up. But I choose to look at the statue, green fade, and yeesh presented himself nicely, and that's the set. 7-4. Yeesh was very hard to prepare for. Yeesh is very good. There's not much you can do to prepare if someone's just going to win every single game. Which Yeesh often can. But I'm just glad, like, I'm happy with that result. Yeah, I think that's about it then.